Hi, good morning. Beautiful day. Meditation and mindfulness, finding a comfortable posture, undisturbed. It's enough that we disturb ourselves with random thinking and all the things that we think about the past and the future, and it's a lot. One needs to learn to control this to help so that you are in the present, so that you are in the be here now. Baba Ram Dass. When I start my meditations, I like to just be thankful that I'm alive, that I have some sense of awareness, some sense of presence. It's always evolving, right? It's always changing. With the universe in constant motion, so are we. We need the understanding of this. We need a sense of compassion for ourselves, of empathy. Don't be too demanding of yourself. Be understanding. Be your own best friend. Who better than you to be your best friend? Just like your breath. Just like your heart's pulsing. Just like the shimmering majesty of your being, that all of these different parts are working together. These bundles of miracles that we are made of. So it gets back to another famous phrase of who am I? Who are you? Who am I? Well, we're bundles of miracles. We just said that. And that can lead one into a whole series of thoughts. Thinking is not bad. I think there's a great deal of miscommunication in our world. That people say that you don't want to think. You need to think. If you don't think, what are you? You're nothing. So we have to be careful. Don't take everything that you hear or read for granted. Investigate it in yourself. Come to terms with what you hear, what you research, what you feel is common sense and has integrity to it. Because there's all kinds of different avenues and approaches that people take to their day-to-day living. And many of them are selfish. And many of them are ways to maintain the status quo when perhaps they shouldn't be at all. For instance, Syria, look at Syria. How things have changed there in the last month. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Well, we each have to form our own opinion. For me, I think it's a better thing. I hope so. I'm hopeful that it's a better thing. So sitting quietly for some period of time. And what would that period of time be? I mentioned the other day that 14.4 minutes or 14 minutes is my benchmark of a meditation practice. Kind of came to this with the disappointment that I had that I wasn't meditating on a regular basis. And I was very sad, distraught, knowing that I was letting myself down. In fact, I was crying. And I thought to myself, well, what is my value? What am I worth as a human being? And it occurred to me that surely I had to be worth 1% of my day. 1%. And multiplying all the minutes out, 60 minutes in an hour and 24 hours, you come up with 1,440 minutes. So I divided that by 100 and came up with 14.4 minutes. 14 minutes, I rounded it off. So that's my benchmark. If I don't make it, I don't complain or regret. I'm understanding that there must be a reason for this. And with a sense of wisdom within yourself to accept and realize that discipline is always going to be broken sooner or later. and to not create a sense of negativity around your practice, to be forgiving, again, to be understanding, and to be compassionate. I think that as much as if you spend a few minutes in getting your head set, and 14 minutes is only a few minutes, right? It goes quick. Already today, I started with 14 minutes, and then I went to another 14 minutes, and then I went to another 14 minutes, and then I went to another 14 minutes, and now I'm doing 14 minutes with you. Is that good or bad? It's a sense of practice. It's a sense of being aware and cultivating and nourishing the ability to not only be aware, but to focus and to concentrate and to allow yourself to be nice, to be calm, to be considerate of one's own being. That's all. It's simple. Oftentimes, I like to start with my own sacred phrases. And if you've been listening, you know them already. I am here now. A bundle of miracles is the first one. Again, as I mentioned the other day, and as I just said it in a regular kind of way, it didn't really resonate with me. But realizing that I've said it thousands upon thousands of times, that there's a certain resonance to these words anyway, even without my added intention and focusing upon them. But still, the difference between modulating one's voice and focusing upon these words and simultaneously focusing upon one's physicality imbues these sayings with a greater intensity. And this is what I want to keep sharing with you. It is not that you need to do lots of different things, prayers or incantations or mantras or rituals. It is the intensity that you feel. It is the depth that you reach that is important. Many people, as you know, do these other practices for their whole lives and don't appear to have much in the way of results. Why? Because they have become a routine. They become a habit without any power or merit inside. Yes, they've gone through the paces, but when they're done, they resume whom they were before. And in many, if not most, if not almost all the cases, everything done has been basically lost. Because if you're not doing what you're talking about doing in your practice, then what's the point? It's not just for 14 minutes. Better for 14 hours. Okay? You understand what I mean? It is the intensity and the depth. Because when you have completed what today is your formal practice, I recommend, I suggest, I implore you to carry these thoughts throughout your day and to keep repeating your own sacred saying and to keep thinking and suggesting to yourself your own acquisition of and nurturing of valuable characteristics and qualities or virtues in your soul garden, planting them, seeds of wisdom, of understanding, when you wake up, all the way through when you go to bed, all day long. Now you are doing something valuable, and you will be gaining control of your life. And yet, certainly at the beginning, you need to be humble before yourself. You need to have a sense of understanding before yourself. You need to have a sense of compassion before yourself, because you need these basic characteristics to help you succeed, to help you be the person you want to be. You need to have these, if you like, as a crutch to help carry you into the next moment, into the next day, into the next hour, into your next meditation practice. As much as I say, if you just do a few minutes, I'm saying that for a beginner, that you find the value, and then through repetition of your practices, that you begin to do more, because you find the satisfaction of the positive result. This is what we're talking about. Now, I'm already, in just a minute, it seems to me, almost done with this practice with us. But I want to implore you to create, if you haven't already, a series of sacred sayings that you can utilize to help pull you away from negativity and towards positivity. For instance, I am here now, with depth. You don't have to use mine. Something like it, though, is probably advisable, and certainly for someone who's beginning or doesn't feel that they have a handle on how they want to evolve one's practice, then yeah, I recommend it. It's not egotistical. It's just I'm placing myself in the present. I am here now. And I'm saying I am a bundle of miracles. I'm putting a positive spin on what creation has accomplished. I am here now, a bundle of miracles. Again, use your own words. Write it down and change it as you wish. It gives us a sense, a beginning of perspective, that we find our way towards not being focused on just a little point of light, but that we're looking upon the whole universe. I am humbled by the immensity and the detail of creation. Yeah, aren't you? If you're not, you should be. If you're not, think about this. Analyze this. You need to think. When people say to you, oh, you don't want to think in meditation and all this kind of stuff, I think there's a communication gap here, because you need to think. It's what you're thinking. If you're in ecstasy and in awe, in a state of samadhi, you're not blacked out. You're not unconscious. Your being is there. Your being expands in a sense of awareness, not lessens. It increases. I am humbled. So you see where I come back to this word humble, humility. Look it up online. Look it up in the dictionary. It's not a bad word. It's a good word. Sometimes people think of humility as being someone who's weak or weak-minded. Oh, he's a humble one. No. Every word has more meanings. It's when you say it. If you say fire in a movie house, it has one meaning and one connotation. If you say fire in a kitchen, it may be a way to heat food or to stay warm. So this is what I mean by the word humility, humbled. And I am grateful to just be aware, to just have a chance to be alive. Yeah. We wanted to evoke in us a depth of feeling. This is what's important. This is what brings one back to one's practice. The depth in which you find yourself. If it's for 1 minute or for 1 hour, allow the depth of your being to shine in the light of your investigation of yourself, your self-realization. People speak of self-realization. Hello, this is what we're talking about. Self-illumination, self-revelation. You must seek to find. Your heart and soul are millions upon millions of years old. Evolution of life on this world is over 1 billion years. Don't shortchange yourself. There is much more going on than you and I know. Remembering, we can conceive of the electromagnetic, the energy spectrum, 1,000th of 1%. Nothing. Nothing. So be open-minded. And I wish you a wonderful day. Think about these things. Namaste.